All right, we're back with another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top 15 tight ends for Week 12. But before we move on, let's just do a recap on how we did on Week 11.
In Week 11, we had 8 of 15 right. Good week, not great. We hope to be great like we were in Week 10. We're here for Week 12.
All right, let's get started for the top 15 tight ends for Week 12. The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
At number 1, who else? Travis Kelce at Tampa Bay. And number 2, Darren Waller at Atlanta. Ryan, what do you think about that matchup?
I love that matchup. Obviously, Darren Waller plays like a wide receiver out there, and he's going against the Atlanta defense that's ranked 31st against the pass. I think he's going to have a good game.
Las Vegas against Atlanta. Smells like a shootout. And number 3, Mark Andrews at Pittsburgh. Fantasy owners are ready to give up on Mark Andrews. Ryan?
Yeah, Mark Andrews, he's the third tight end in standard leagues. He has 6 TD receptions, and that makes him tied for third amongst tight ends. And he has accumulated 157 receiving yards and 1 TD in the last 2 games. But Lamar Jackson doesn't pass much, so Andrews is kind of a security blanket when he does pass.
Yeah, right. It's like the beer slogan, you know. Lamar Jackson doesn't pass much, but when he does, yes, he does pass it to Mark Andrews. And number 4, TJ Hockenson, home against Houston. Hawkinson's been good this season. He just needs more consistency from Matt Stafford. And number 5, Dallas Goedert, home against Seattle. Just had a good game and now has a good matchup. We think he will continue to trend up. And number 6, Evan Engram at Cincinnati. This is the Giants' opportunity to shine. You know, if Daniel Jones can't put it together here, he's not going to put it together at any other time. And number 7, Eric Ebron, home against Baltimore. The Steelers have been airing it out. Roethlisberger's feeling it. And number 8, Hunter Henry at Buffalo. Justin Herbert. That's all I have to say. And number 9, the touchdown leader among tight ends, Jonnu Smith, Florida International University. He will be at Indianapolis. Tough defensive matchup, and that's why Jonnu is so low. But we love Jonnu Smith. And number 10, Rob Gronkowski, home against Kansas City. We think this will be a shootout.
This week's shootout.
Gronkowski's ranked a little bit lower just because there's so many viable pass catchers on that team between, you know, Godwin, Antonio Brown, Evans. Even Cameron Braid had caught a few passes. At 11, Hayden Hurst, home against Las Vegas. That whole Atlanta Falcons offense had a bad game. In Week 12, we expect them to rebound. Ryan, what do you think?
They're having a horrible year, but they're going against Las Vegas. That's ranked 28th against the pass.
At number 12, Noah Fant, home against New Orleans Saints. Good defense, but Noah Fant is a good tight end, and Locke likes throwing to him. At number 13, we have Robert Tonyan, home against Chicago. It's a tough matchup, but it's Aaron Rodgers. It's the Packers. Ryan?
Yeah, it's been a slow season for tight ends. Tonyan is the number 6 tight end in standard leagues because of his 6 TD receptions. Part of the Green Bay offense, Tonyan is locked in as a borderline tight end number 1.
I agree. Most weeks he's going to be top 12 because of Aaron Rodgers and because, you know, he'll catch a touchdown pass here and there, but he is touchdown dependent, hasn't really been getting the yards. And number 14, Mike Gesicki at the New York Jets. This is a good matchup. That's why we have Gesicki here. Gesicki's a great tight end. He's a playmaker. The issue is, you know, he hasn't been getting enough balls. And at 15, Jordan Reed at the LA Rams. Tough defensive matchup, but Jordan Reed looked good in Week 11. He is a uber talented tight end. His issue is injuries. If he can stay healthy here, he can show us what he has until Kittle comes back, if he ever comes back. So there are your top 15 tight ends for Week 12.
All right, thanks for coming on here and sharing. Although I have to say, I miss the booms. Can we have a good week and get the boom back?
Oh, for tight ends, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the goal.
All right, well, good luck.
All right.